I grew up in a Jewish home. Everything in my world was Jewish. And as a Jewish person, I learned two things. One, of course, I'm Jewish. And two, Jews don't believe in Jesus. I learned that probably when I was 9 or 10. My best friend went to a Protestant church, and I was pretty much allowed to do whatever that family was doing. And I came home one day and spoke with my mom, and I remember her saying to me, "Oh no, we don't believe in that." And so that was enough for me. Music was the most important thing to me, really, from when I can remember. I mean, at 3, I sang at my first bar mitzvah. At 5, I had my first record player. At 7, the first piano lesson. By the time I was in junior high and then high school, I guess I'd won a couple of music awards, and then I went on to music college. And it was in the last year of high school and the years that followed that I really began a spiritual search outside of Judaism. And I looked into everything. Baha'i, transcendental meditation, yoga, self-experience auditing. Well, if it had anything to do really with the New Age movement, I'd probably heard about it, seen it, or done it. But you know, a lot of those things teach you that you are God in your universe and you can create it all. So go ahead. In 1990, I was actually living in Dallas, Texas, hoping to have a career in country music. I had this opportunity to sing a promotional song for the town of Valley Mills, Texas. And I was out there, it was for the 4th of July, and I was out there on the 3rd of July, the evening before, and I began to have the worst anxiety attack of my life. I was no stranger to stage fright, but this fear was so bad that at one point, literally dying seemed like a relief. But I sang everything I had to sing on the 4th of July, and it was a big sigh of relief, and I got through it. Everything seemed fine until a few weeks later, when I was actually getting ready to be entered into a big country music competition. I got a call on a Saturday night for a Tuesday night semifinal. And what happened to me on the Sunday afternoon in between surprised me so much so that, you know, even to this very day, I have only 2 things to attribute it to. One, of course, is God's perfect timing. The other was the faithful sharing of all the Christians that were around me. Some would, try to invite me to church, to Bible study. At some point, somebody kind of got in my face even and said, "Well, all you have to do is ask Jesus into your heart." I'm thinking, I'm Jewish. We don't ask Jesus into our heart. Well, I was about to find out quite differently. That Saturday night, I got the call. Sunday afternoon, I was driving back into Dallas with that competition just a couple days away. And I was at a red light and stopped at that light. I just began to feel that anxiety just starting to well up in me, and that was it. And at the steering wheel of that van, I cried out to God and I said, "Dear God, I cannot go into another performance like this again." I said, "I need a transformation now." And then off my lips, really to my own surprise, came the words, "Please let the Spirit of Christ fill my heart." And at that second, I was drenched in the most incredible peace. I never thought I would feel fear again. And for 3 days, I had the most incredible encounter with God. On the 3rd day, well, that night was the competition, and all day long, there was a battle going on. Part of the time, I could feel that presence of God as I had felt it in that last day or so. Part of the time, that anxiety, back, full blown. So now it's anxiety, peace, anxiety, peace. I'm getting exhausted from the whole thing. And finally, I'm in the bathroom, and I kind of like to joke with people sometimes and go, "This is proof God's everywhere." I'm standing in the bathroom. I'm looking up and just saying, "Dear God, please just kill off this other thing. I can't stand it." I mean, in a split second, just like that, I knew that I was standing in the direct presence of the one true living God. And at that second, he showed me my disloyalty. He showed me that I would do anything, I would say anything, and I would promise anything to get what I needed. And the second I didn't think I needed it anymore, I would just forget where it came from. Right after that, there were no visions, no voices. It was just this huge opportunity. It like filled the room to take a vow to be true to Christ. And I took that vow. By the way, I learned Christ is not his last name. It means Messiah in Greek. But I took that vow. And I tell you, everything began to change. Everything. Like I was given a brain transplant. My thoughts began to change, not because I was affecting that, but because God was affecting that in me. And then I realized what that music was for over time. That music became an opportunity to sing of his goodness, to sing of all the amazing things he has done. He changed my life. He gave me life. I had no idea how separated I was from God. But through Yeshua, Jesus, that's his Hebrew name, through him, I've been restored. And it's a Jewish thing to have a blood sacrifice. Just check out the book of Leviticus and God talking to Moses, and you'll see it, Leviticus 17:11. Foreign in our culture today, but every Jew needs that blood sacrifice. Jesus did it once and for all, and he gives life, and he's given me life. And the music is now all for him. I knew nothing about the Bible, but I began to feel more Jewish after coming to faith in Jesus. And then as I began to study scripture, both Tanakh, the Jewish scriptures, and the New Testament, which I also learned is a very Jewish book written by all Jewish people, maybe not Luke, but I learned that believing in Jesus is the most Jewish thing a Jew could ever do. And he is for every Jew and for every Gentile who will turn to him. And he's waiting for you with open arms. He's got a plan for your life, and he loves you so much. Turn to him today. My name is Susan, and this is my story of how the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob reached out and saved this Jew through the Jewish Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua. For the life of a creature is in the blood, and I have given it to you to make atonement for yourselves on the altar. It is the blood that makes atonement for one's life. Leviticus 17:11.